Now we will discuss flavorings and flavor enhancers. And as you might appreciate that flavors are the very key component of food for their acceptance. And this is the most probable reason that we like certain foods due to their flavors. So these flavors, they can be all natural, they can be all synthetic, or they can be natural identical. The natural flavors are the ones that are derived from natural sources. The artificial are the ones that are produced in industry as chemicals. And the nature identical flavors are the ones that have got same chemistry as the natural flavors, but they are produced elsewhere. So if you talk about human history or earlier days of human civilization, they have been using different things such as flavors, for example, vinegar or different spices or smoke or sugars or salt. They have been added to augment certain flavors or to produce certain flavors. Most predominantly spices are used for their flavorings, and that is why they are heavily used, and that is the properties that they give to food is improved flavorings. So they have been used initially for a very long time since human history, because flavor are one of the important sensory parameters that affects our choice of food that we consume. Anyway, now in the modern world, we have got a variety of natural food additives such as food flavors as well. Or they can be natural, they can be synthetic. We can produce many natural flavors on industrial level. It's much more easier nowadays. Similarly, chemically prepared flavors are also available in the market. There's literally every kind of flavor available in the market. So that makes it very much pertinent that we do add a lot of flavors nowadays into our foods than the previous civilizations or in earlier years of human civilization. One of the important source of natural flavors are essential oils that are derived from plant sources, and these essential oils would have some odors or flavors that are desirable in many cases, and they can be added to food after they are extracted from these natural sources. Worldwide orange production of orange is very it's massive. There's so much amount of orange juice produced world over, so that would make a lot of orange peel available. So that also has made it possible to extract a lot of natural orange flavors from these end products. So it is abundantly available. That has affected the price of these flavors. So these flavors are not abundantly available. They are not very expensive as well. So that is why they are. We don't need to produce synthetic orange flavor. But in other cases, every fruit is not produced in that massive amount that we can extract natural flavors for them. So there could be a lot of other foods which we do not produce in massive amounts, and that's why we need to produce synthetically, because that would reduce the cost of those flavors. An oleoresin is also a flavor preparation that is basically extract from spices. So we can use different oils to extract flavors from different spices, and they are called as oleoresins. They fruit extracts can also be used. We can extract different fruits, their oil extracts or water-based extracts. They can be used as flavors in many food products, but normally they have a weaker effect, so they are not very ideal flavors for commercial applications. If you talk about synthetic flavors, because they are produced in industry, they are very abundantly available, they are cheap than natural flavors. That is why we see a lot of artificial flavors in the world. They are all synthetic, they are much cheap, so they get their entry into the many products in the market. Whereas natural flavorings are expensive and they are variable as well, because every season the flavors might be different. The intensity of flavor might be different, it's very variable. Whereas natural flavors, we can always control them, we can always have the same effect by synthetic flavors, whereas in natural flavors this is not the case. They can be many artificial flavors. For example, we have certain chemicals that have got that are known to have certain flavors. For example, this amyl acetate is used as artificial banana flavor. Then we have benzaldehyde. This is a cherry flavor, by the way. And ethyl caproate, it is artificial pineapple flavor. So this is how we know the chemistry of different flavors. Again, the flavors are not single compound as I discussed here. They are a combination of a lot of volatiles, and their relative proportion makes the overall impact of a flavor. But these flavors are available. They are added to a lot of our foods, and they are very much common. But they are added in very small amount because flavors are volatile and they can be judged in the smaller amounts as well. So the normal amount that we add is 0.03% of flavors are added. That is equivalent to 300 parts per million equivalent that can be added to different foods. They not only impart their own flavor, but they can modify the flavor as well within the food. So that's why we need to understand that what is the effect of these flavor on the natural flavor present within the food. Then there's another category called as flavor enhancer. They do not have their own flavor, but they enhance other flavors. For example, the most common and well known is MSG, also known as Chinese salt, erroneously, but this is one of the very important flavor enhancer that gives a unique flavor or a unique taste, which is called as umami taste. It is more like a meat product, and that is why it is highly desirable, and it is very extensively used in the food industry. It can act at a very low concentration. It can give a very good flavor profile. But then we have some other compounds that are not flavor enhancer. They are not flavors, but they are called as potentiators, flavor potentiators. They actually enhance the flavor in a very powerful manner, and they can be used in a very, very small amount. They can potentiate the flavors. These compound that I said as flavor potentiators, they are normally nucleotides, so which is a good thing that they are more natural. They can have the amino acid sequence that can be used as a nutrient as well, but they are used in a smaller amount. And they have synergistic effect. As I earlier said, that the synergistic effect is when we add two compounds together, their overall effect is more than what we can achieve by addition of these two individually. Two flavor potentiator which are very common, they are disodium inosinate and disodium GMP. These are used in combination as flavor enhancer, as an alternative to MSG, because certain people might be allergic to MSG as well, and it is banned in some countries, or it is banned in certain foods due to some of the health impacts that are claimed in many countries. Now, if you look about the theory why we do get flavors, there are three different theories. We really don't know exactly how these flavors affect our perceptions, but one of the theory is that they increase the sensitivity of taste bud. That is why they give us more flavorful feeling or perception of those food having these flavors. The second theory is that they increase the salivation in the olfactory region. That is why they would be more assessed as positively. So increased saliva is one of the reasons that we can feel more flavors from certain flavor compounds. The third theory is it would intensify the perception of food flavor in certain physical sensation. So rather than chemical sensation, this theory says that probably it's the physical sensation that is modified by the use of these compounds, and that physical sensation leads to the chemical or ultimate sensory perception about these flavors. Anyhow, whatever the theory is, we have seen that the flavors, they are very much diverse. They come from different sources. They can have lots of application, and they are very vital component of food industry.